Sponsored by Shenanigan Sports Pub.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim flam sauce with the awesome fave with shafafa on the side.
Hello, everybody, and happy Thursday, and welcome to a special remote edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox, coming to you live today from the incredible Shenanigan's East Side Pub in Dania Beach, my hometown. We've got Jeff Defo DeForest next to me, Mike Lubie Lubitz, working furiously with the whole setup, and we are out here because today is the opening of the NFL season, and we figured what better place to celebrate the kickoff to NFL 2022 than to be at one of my favorite sports bars, and that would be Shenanigan's East Side. Defo, how are you today?
I'm sitting next to a sick degenerate here.
And here we go. We've got
guy
again,
who wants me to book his action.
We've
book
got
his
Andre.
Action.
We've
All right,
got,
hang in there a second here.
Yep, that's it.
He wants me to book his action on the Rams game tonight. You say that that's a phony line at -2.5 with the Buffalo Bills, that they're just trying to get people to bet on the Rams. And you wanted me to do what? You wanted me to bet a proposition parlay. Rams, I get the Rams, and you think Matthew Stafford is what? Not going to throw a pick?
No, I think he's definitely going to throw a pick.
Oh, okay.
I wanted, but we're on the same.
I think he'll throw a pick.
We're in agreement on that one.
Yeah.
So that's a no. That's a we can't bet that if we both agree. But again,
this smells great, by the way.
We're at Shenanigans, and Andre, the manager, just dropped off in honor of. I said we want some football food, and we got this beautiful nachos, which I don't know if I'm allowed to eat this, but I'm going to have to dig in and eat that eventually.
You're going to have to partake.
Smart.
If you're on a show,
That's all.
I mean, maybe have a couple. You don't have to finish the whole plate or slime the whole plate before anybody.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
I got my 4.1 miles in. It was an official walk of life this morning.
That's a good one. Yeah, no, that's a good one.
And now I've hit the button. We are going to be streaming live on the Let's Eat South Florida Facebook group. Hello, all 88,000 of you. Plus, we could fill a football stadium. I don't know what the capacity of SoFi Stadium is. I know that last weekend
pretty large.
A lot of people were there last weekend, disappointed because the Weeknd had to cancel his performance.
He lost his voice.
Yeah, he couldn't find his voice. That was some drama tonight. Again,
$70,000. Wow. So you would be over capacity.
We can't fit all the Let's Eat South Florida members in SoFi Stadium unless we allowed them and had standing room on the field. But then they couldn't play the game tonight.
You could fit a good number of them though in Shenanigans here.
Oh yeah,
for the football action tonight, and that's going to be an issue. It won't be tonight, but I believe it will be an issue because people that are technically challenged like I am, that even have Amazon, might not know how to find it.
Well, no. So tonight's game, all right,
it's on NBC.
And we're going to get into all the intricacies of the NFL season, how to watch, how to eat, and how to drink while you're watching the game.
I don't know that people need lessons to that. Really? You're going to tell people how to watch a game.
Learn how to eat.
Learn how to eat.
It's not about lessons. It's about upgrading your life because you think you might know how to eat. But until you follow the ways of the gambling gourmet.
Well, this is a good start here. For breakfast, we're having nachos.
All right.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we're here at Shenanigans East Side. We love Pat Utter and crew, and Andre is taking care of us. And I've got my special. They've got the big drinking glasses in here. You can't hardly see, but it says 30, the number 30, because they've just celebrated their 30th anniversary here. Andre is now dropping in the ribs. Look at this.
Here.
We've got the ribs.
We'll never get out of here.
Very
alive.
saucy ribs.
The stuff smells great. I wish people, if this was smell-o-vision, the stuff smells great. That's a good-looking rack of ribs.
That is a very good-looking. They have a smoker here.
Yeah.
And I was just telling Lubie, because he had never been here before. We're at 1300 South Federal Highway. I'm going to give him the proper introduction and plug. The original, of course, is the one across from TY Park on Sheridan Street. That opened 30 years ago in August of 92, and they just had the big anniversary bash. This place, Pat, opened up in 2008, and what he did is he bought two adjoining restaurants where it was sitting in now used to be a Pizza Hut, and across the breezeway was a barbecue joint called Charlie's Barbecue. And he basically bought both of them and then built this breezeway in between them. So it's this whole mega complex for, and there's a million big screen TVs, HD. Look, we're just surrounded by. We were here for one of the Panther Rangers games. It was a lot of fun. And you could sit, there's like the other side by the barbecue smoker. It has like more of a family feel, like a restaurant sit down on that side. This is the classic sports bar. Everybody's gathered around coming in for lunch now. And and they have this smoker where they have really good like pulled pork and barbecue ribs and chickens and brisket sandwiches. And here's the ribs, and they are.
I had to put it right in front of Mayo too.
Yeah,
I love it.
Well, you're never going to survive this with your new epiphany and new outlook on life. That's great. And you know what? You could be excused in a situation like this. You go on a diet one day, and then somebody puts something like this in front of you. I think you're almost obligated to just say, you know what, screw the diet. I'm going to go ahead and
I love that
indulge a
Defo
little
was
bit.
the one that wanted the diet, and now all he's done is go against
diet
the
is a
diet.
four-letter word.
Yeah,
There's this new breakfast joint that opened up that's getting all this buzz on Let's Eat. That the name of it is FK Your Diet.
Yep, I want to go this week with my
can't
family.
pronounce it. The guy, it's a mini chain. A guy and his wife started it on the west coast of Florida.
It was about foster kids.
And again, the FK supposedly stands for foster kids because they give a portion of the proceeds to foster kids. Very noble. That's good. But
we know what it means.
I want to say FK.
You've already said that just by looking at this.
Yeah,
that's great.
And I don't know if you can pick this up on the video, but there's actually like
You can see
the steam is
coming off.
wafting.
You can
and
smell
it's
the
just
smoker in the parking lot.
These great odors of the smoke and the hickory wood like coming right in my face.
Oh my
The
God.
beautiful part is this new
think we oughta,
dining, and I don't call
really
it diet, but this new
this over there.
food plan that I'm on is low carb. So I just ditched the corn and the potatoes, but I could just dig into
those
this
would be the
rib.
first
understand
two
the
items.
barbecue?
I would sample the corn and the potatoes first. But I think you want to have one of these nachos on the air just to break the ice here. Now, we
Is
don't
that
have any
allowed?
napkins or anything, so that okay. We've got some over there, Libby.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Let's
I
steal
thought
on Mayo here because the people will be disappointed if you
I
don't.
thought the whole
stuff your,
point was like this
self
week
here.
I was trying to go the whole week without eating on air. And,
No, it's not happening.
And then you got this beautiful.
you called us to come here, and we said, yeah, Shenanigans for sure. We'll be
a Pat Utter.
long time.
When I said,
backer of
"Hey,
what we
Pat,
do."
we need a little life in the show because nobody wants to just listen to me
Look at this
count
one, man.
calories."
Loaded. I like the way they do this. So, because some places you order nachos and you get a big pile of chips,
Yes.
and they got a little decoration there on the top, and then the people eat the stuff that's on the top, and then the rest of them are dry as a bone.
That is interesting. They
I
spread it
like
out.
the way they do this.
This is like a mini pizza slice.
It is. I was going to say.
I'm gonna have to
You gotta
move
get
my
it over here.
microphone, Lubie. So while I do that,
That's fine. We're here.
Yeah.
you could just.
I'll talk until you're done. Yeah, it is
Libby,
because
you
it's funny.
carry
Defo and I have talked about this a lot. I'm a nacho guy, but I don't like ordering nachos at restaurants because everyone goes for the first eight chips, and then everyone else is left with just chips. And I didn't want Tostitos. I wanted nachos.
Yeah.
This is interesting that they literally spread it out like a mini pizza.
Some Mexican restaurants do it this way.
Okay, I
too.
haven't seen this, so good for them.
Every nacho gets its own proper topping of bath of chili, cheese.
It's kind of like Casino, the movie, where the guy wants an equal amount, De Niro wants an equal amount of blueberries in each blueberry muffin, and the people think he's crazy, but that's kind of what they've accomplished here. Because you don't have to worry about getting hosed on a nacho.
Very good.
And whipping on one. And then you look like you're going to the pile the whole time, and everybody's looking at you like you're a slob, but you really haven't gotten anything. Right?
Right.
And it's usually very short on the chili and the stuff that you really want.
Yep.
But this, incorporates everything into one nacho. A home run here for Patrick.
No,
Owens.
again, and if you're thinking about a place to watch the games, this is the beautiful setup, and the menu is encyclopedic. You can get your nachos, you can get your barbecue items. They have pizzas here. They have great burgers, and the wings are going to be coming out in a second. That's what they're famous for, award-winning wings. And my favorite is the blackened grilled wings. And I had a couple the other day. I was in here with some friends. This is my local. And it's not just football. You can watch the baseball games. You can watch, they always have boxing, tennis.
Yeah.
Tennis has been sensational.
And they're open late here. You might have been able to catch that whole match last night.
Yeah.
When were they open there? Like 2, 3 in the morning?
They are now. Their kitchen is open until I think 1 or 2 in the morning.
Wow.
And I think he's open here in Dania until at least I think 3 or 4 in the morning. And sometimes 4 o'clock on Friday, Saturdays. The Hollywood one, same thing. I think they're open all night, 4 o'clock at 4 a.m. closing, kitchen open till 2. They're known for late night food. They're known for just taking good care of people, and it's a great place to come in and enjoy all the football games. And I know I'm going to be.
That was a great nacho. Would you agree?
That's a great
I was
nacho.
like that. There's chili and there's chicken. I think.
I like the hot pepper. And
There's
had a
a-
great taste to it.
Yeah, no, there's a reason that they've lasted 30 years, number one,
Yeah,
and
Mazel tov. That's
that
great.
me and Pat get along so swimmingly because he loves to be a great chef, and he used to be in fine dining. He used to work at that Martha's Supper Club on the
Marcos,
Intercoastal.
great spot.
And he came over here and he just wanted to strike out on his own and have his own place. And he brings the good culinary touches to every, even though it's just considered humble bar food, he gets good products. So we love Pat Utter and we love Shenanigans. Come on in, check out the game tonight. Now, let me start with
You're such a wimp.
before we get into the
get yourself
wagering.
a betting account and leave me alone.
No,
Mayo.
so
Lose my
you're
number.
scared to touch me now. I mean, you couldn't wait to book my cupcake action where I'm giving you even money on something that should be like 8 to
because
1.
that was a stupid bet on your part. Now that you're trying to make more intelligent wagers, we
And
don't want
no
anything
one
to do with you. Yeah.
And we're into now the phase 2 of the betting is betting on my body weight and all that stuff. That
And I think you
D-Days-
have that knock because just knocking out the 50 sandwiches, I would think by attrition, it's like addition by subtraction.
Yep.
no,
yep.
I already
Yeah.
feel lighter. Even when I was moving and doing my beach walk this morning, you could tell when you start shedding weight.
You look like you're ready to go 12 with
Yeah,
De La
when,
Hoya.
you know,
really do.
And it's an old
Yeah,
saying, but it's true. It's like bodies at rest tend to stay at rest, eating and drinking and shoveling in 50 sandwiches, and bodies in motion tend to stay in motion. And
Oh, here they are.
here come the
geez,
wings.
look out.
We
Now
got
we're
the
at,
black and grilled
dire
wings.
straits here.
Andre is here. I got to show this
Notice
to
how
the
he
fine
immediately
folks.
grabbed the plate of the grilled wings for himself.
Well, that is keto
Right,
friendly,
and-
and
and,
I need to keep my keto ways
Nobody
going.
cares about
This
this
is-
keto thing. Let's just talk about what's in front of us here, Mike Mayo. and
All right.
start
Well,
with the
if you're going to take the
qualifiers.
gloves off like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
I want to start that. I was going to start with the Queen and Can God
Those are
Save
great,
the
by the way.
Queen.
Those are great.
Oh yeah,
I've
these
never
are good.
had them. I'm actually looking
Oh,
forward
I'm
to it.
gonna. Yeah, we'll have to give that to Lubie.
no,
the
there's a
black and
serious
grilled wings.
Yeah,
Deadpool
yeah,
issue.
yeah.
I know you want to
Okay.
get to that. but-
So a lot of things on the plate today.
Stay
We had a
focused,
great
yeah.
U.S. Open. We've got the football season opener, but we've got some breaking news, and it's kind of sad and somber news for those who are royalists, and
Sounds like it.
royal watchers. It seems like the Queen. I don't know if God can save the Queen. She hit the royal jubilee this year. I think that's all she was
She's
kind of.
like 96 anyway, so
Yeah.
I mean, it's not
she-
like you need a pity
she's
party.
done
for
well.
this woman,
It
yeah.
seems like the family is gathering. It seems like she is, I don't want to say that the over-under on her is 2 and a hook in terms of hours or
Oh,
days.
hours, wow.
Jeez.
But it seems like, and I know the Deadpool, which is a very disturbing, dark, macabre.
But you're fascinated by it,
Yeah.
as I can tell.
Defo is involved in this Deadpool, and
Had
he
a
was telling
drawing
me,
new names last Tuesday, just this
okay,
week.
so who has the Queen?
I don't know that anybody has a queen. Whoever has a queen, though, Mike, I mean, this could be one of the toughest beats in the history of all degeneracy and gambling. Because the queen is on her deathbed, supposedly,
Wow.
and I got a mixed message there because it said that all of the royals were assembling at Balmoral. And I
Yes,
thought, why are they
Scotland.
going to a harness track in Chicago when this woman's dying and they're going to go bet the jugheads? I mean, what kind of heartless, uncaring people are these? She did wonderful things, supposedly, for humanity. And
and they went the
I
other
know
way.
it was an easy
No,
ride.
this
You're
is
the queen.
Balmoral, the royal estate that is traditionally the summer home of
All right,
the
so they're
royals.
all there, but right as this news is flashing, and I'm thinking, well, somebody must have the queen in the Deadpool, right? What a lucky soul! We just drew Tuesday, going to cash already.
That's exactly what you
How
said
much
you
is a
don't
dead Queen
do.
worth?
Probably be like 3 dimes on the first go round.
they just-
$3,000 for you
There's about
non-degenerates
3
out there.
dimes a
Yeah,
month
yeah.
generated by this pool. And
Okay.
so anyway, and you're hoping it rolls over 4 or 5 times, and you catch like a 12 grand stiff, which couldn't be any better for I mean, it's nice, all cash and everything. You have to
I do not condone this. I am not,
Here's the
party to
problem,
this.
though.
Yes, go
imagine you have the queen.
Yes.
She's on her deathbed.
A week later, yep.
Everybody's there except Meghan and Harry, and then Bernard Shaw, the famous news anchor,
Oh, really?
checks out.
Oh, that's
The
sad.
original news anchor
Oh, I
on
like Bernard
CNN.
Shaw.
Right, he was class.
He rolled a 7 today at 82.
Oh,
jeez.
I did not know
And,
that.
and did it hours before the Queen.
Okay, well, the Queen hasn't checked out yet.
Right. So imagine you
think-
have the Queen. You just drew
You
the
have a
name. I
ticket,
have
yeah.
Queen Elizabeth.
Never win
She's
a
on her
ticket.
deathbed. I'm a winner. I'm going right down to the pub there to collect my money. And boom, somebody else famous checks out that afternoon.
Somebody has Bernard Shaw in your Deadpool.
I don't know. It's possible.
It's possible. That's
I
such
don't
an
have the
obscure
list,
name
you know.
from the past. I wouldn't think that.
Bernard Shaw is a famous,
No,
legendary newscaster.
I'm not
I
doubting
think he's
that.
more famous than the Queen.
I
No,
wouldn't
well,
go that far.
I watched him more than I watched the Queen, although I always loved when the Queen showed up at Woodbine for the Queen's Plate.
Well, and then when she shows up at Royal Ascot too, and they usually have
Nice, yeah, with the chariot.
Her
and the whole
Royal
thing, yeah.
Highness has a pretty good stable of horses, and they usually try to win one during that Royal Ascot
Let's
meet.
win one
and,
for the Queen, yeah.
And you knew she was getting a little bit older because I don't think she showed up at Ascot this year.
She's been skipping a lot of these sort of
skipping
merry
a lot
events.
of events.
Yeah, they had the thing with Rod Stewart and all the singers, and she missed that.
Yeah.
But
Well, look, we wish her all the best. I guess.
longevity is not in her future.
Well, no, but I think she made it to the Royal Jubilee. I think that was her
Yeah, it was huge.
goal. And now we'll see what the news wires bring, but the news doesn't look good. But moving on, past the Deadpool and George Bernard Shaw. That was a author, right?
Bernard Shaw.
That was a writer.
Yeah.
Bernard
George was writing
Shaw,
music.
We all remember from the first Iraq. What was that? Was the Kuwait
Desert
War?
Storm.
Yeah,
Desert Storm.
He was legendary, this cat.
No, he had a great voice and he had a great look.
He was great.
He was
And
back
they
from
had
when
a black news anchor was their
when
lead guy back in when they first
That was a
started.
big move.
Yeah.
when the news it was serious and everybody watched, and before everything went completely insane in the world. And
I don't think it's insane to see Republicans denouncing the
all
fact
right,
that
let's not go
today
there.
is
Let's
Thursday.
not
I
go
mean,
there.
trying to convince you otherwise. What's wrong with that?
We're not going to go there. Let's get back to BU. We're talking about chicken wings.
These
We got
Now, what
chicken
are
wings,
These are the
and we
regulars?
have a chicken
These are
right
lemon
here.
pepper ones.
Wait, that's lemon pepper. This is
Nice. I love lemon
the
pepper.
blackened. I'm going to have to
Nice
make
variety.
Lubie try the blackened grilled first.
Okay.
And
I don't
you
know
can
if I
go
wanna
in,
get
Do
dig
you
it
put
on
hot
here.
sauce on it? Do you put a
No,
little hot
this is
sauce?
just straight up plain. We could have them bring some hot sauce.
Could
if
use a
you'd
little
like.
hot sauce.
All right,
that would
all
be
right.
my
But the
preference,
black and grilled is good. But
Lubie, I think you're going to like that.
You've
Lubie.
got
I try not
chicken
to squirt too
wings,
much
and
of
then
the
I
juice.
want to just talk about your chicken because you talk a good game on your morning show about how you like the Rams and how they.
I do like the
getting to an
Rams, but
apple.
I don't like them enough to put money up on it.
That's an
But if you
interesting
were asking
distinction.
me, I mean, I'm following this just from an observer's standpoint. I believe that the Rams are being overlooked. Now, are they ready to play this first game? I would have no idea. They haven't had their quarterback all through the preseason. Supposedly his elbow needs like Tommy John. So who knows how it's going to go. But your buddy, Jason Cole, a former contemporary of yours.
I'm watching Lubie eat this wing, and the dressing, the blue cheese, is maybe going to drop on the soundboard, the outboard. That's going to be
If
good.
we go off the air, that's it. But
That's all right.
it's due to
good.
blue cheese.
I like it. I like the daring do he is showing.
You don't know what's going to happen. And Jason Cole was saying this.
You sound like the biggest wimp. You last week you was talking about like, oh, you're trying to have it both ways. When I was talking about something and how like
No,
I
I'm
said,
saying that
I said
this
I
is
wouldn't
how I
bet
feel.
on Serena, but I wouldn't bet against her. And you saying, oh, you wimp, you're trying to have it both ways. Now look at you. You come out with a proclamation this morning. I heard that. My ears perked up because I said
they cannot lose.
this is a sucker line, and a sucker line for those who don't follow the ins and outs of
I
sports
didn't think it was
betting.
a sucker line. You put that terminology on there, but you might be right about that. That's very
sucker
possible.
Okay, what if me
Yeah.
and Devo split it?
Let
25
me
each.
explain. When they set a line, they're trying to get 50% of the action towards each team. Because
Did you
then-
lose playing poker last night? You're just trying to bilk us out
Very
of whatever money we have.
I
You
did.
must
I
have
made a
gotten
bad
eaten
decision.
alive there with that salad and the whole thing.
Salad was great. I was down at the Mardi Gras. They call it the Big Easy now, and they have a good food program there. And I got this salad, just what they call a garden salad with the grilled chicken on top. It was fantastic.
And
I
then
sent you
followed
pictures.
by a bowl of chili. How did you work
No,
this out?
no. That was good last night. Just the salad. It was very filling and
Nice.
plentiful. And then I got knocked out in the later stages. I made a bad decision. I had two pair. I violated my own rules of poker, which is you never go broke on an unraised pot before. If nobody makes a
You
raise.
seem bitter about it, though. That's why
I
I want
am.
to make
It was
this bet.
stupid.
I mean, you seem
You know
very
what it
aggressive,
was?
Very bitter today for a guy that's
Because-
getting free food at a great restaurant.
because I didn't have any carbs. I was getting dizzy and lightheaded, and I made the wrong decision.
You're a medical mess, man. I mean,
I'm feeling
everything
great.
affects you. And I'm glad you're doing the walk, though. 4.1 is a noble effort.
That's
I mean,
a great move.
Yeah.
And these
You-
wings
you-
were tremendous, by the way.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, he
They were.
wow,
I
he,
like that they were crispy, crunchy,
Sharp one, yeah.
and also succulent is what I never
he
used. But
uses
that's
the
great.
big,
Felt like it.
antibiotic free, no added hormones or antibiotics. That
Really?
gets good product.
For this big, that's
And
interesting
he
to get this
gets
big of a
plump
wing.
wings, and the black and grilled. What they do is, they're a little bit of fried, but they finish them off on the grill,
Nice.
and so you get that crispiness from the fryer, but it's not overly fried, and then you get the nice kind of burnt, charred
Yeah, they
edges,
char a little bit.
and it gives it a little more flavor. And I agree with Defo. I like having a little extra hot sauce on the side.
I
to
got to
complement.
spritz a little hot sauce.
We'll
on
get,
that,
we'll
yeah.
get
We'll
it
get your
during the
hot
break. We'll
sauce. We'll
call
get your
Andre
hot
and
sauce.
the great staff here. I've been coming here forever, and they have some of the best servers and bartenders here.
Yeah, they're very attentive.
They actually, some of them have their own Facebook pages. Atlanta is one of the ones that is a member of the Let's Eat group. She's an active member. Everybody here calls her Hotlanta, and we like Atlanta. And we also like Riley is another one, and that's spelled W-R-Y-L-Y. Riley is another great server here who takes
For those
great
of
care
you
of
who
people.
are scoring at home.
We're
Spelling these guys'
we're
names,
trying to score.
We got to eat some more of this food here.
Yeah, we're
now,
gonna
the other thing too. I mean, and you had the thing up. I don't know what kind of response it got on Let's Eat South Florida, but you are the mastermind behind this 88,000 group, and you were talking about what constitutes football food. Your entry was chicken wings.
Yeah.
Well,
I would say if you're having a party,
Wings and
chicken
pizza.
wings, you're ordering 50 wings or 75 from somewhere. The nachos are a great idea. Ribs, I mean, that's if you're really going a little bit upscale. Hot dogs and burgers, I would think, would be essential,
Yes.
and pizza.
and Laspada
With
subs or
sandwiches,
some
subs,
other
Laspada
subs,
subs,
sandwich, like
Laspada
a ring.
subs.
You do like
Yeah,
a ring.
I basically threw it out there for the group of word association. I said, when it comes to food and words, I said, if I say football, what do you say? And,
What was the most common response?
I'm getting chips and salsa. I'm getting pizza and beer. I'm getting barbecue, dips, chips, nachos, wings, pizza, guacamole, chili. That's a lot. That's more than one, but that's Terry Kugler saying
Anyone
that
go high?
too many. And then here's the one that sticks out. Which of these things is not like the other? This is Sam J says
Salmon.
veggie burgers.
No, please.
Veggie burgers.
Veggie
Well,
burgers.
because we did a Super Bowl party with the Duke and Visser Mama where there was lobster, crab, and like oysters on the half show. So like sometimes people will go like
They go
highfalutin,
high-end, yeah.
you know.
You used to do that with Mrs.
with
Mayo
with
when you were having these
yeah,
parties.
baby mama Michelle. She sometimes on football Sundays would produce these
Stone
elaborate,
grams, yeah.
elaborate grill feasts.
Yeah.
Sometimes it would be like a steamed shrimp or like the Maryland Old Bay crabs and shrimp. Sometimes she would do a grilling of a little bit of flank steak or skirt steak
Nice,
with some
that's a
good
nice one.
sides, and then you
This is
put
me,
them on.
though. Yeah.
But to me, there's nothing better than you come
Yeah.
out here and you just get. Now I've never had the lemon pepper wing,
I
so I'm
love
going to
lemon
dive
pepper.
into
Try
this
one
right
here,
now.
yeah,
I'm going in
yeah.
right
I
now.
like lemon pepper.
I'll
And,
start talking keto friendly and all
all
that.
right, here we
garbage.
go.
And just-
And after I stuff my face with this, we'll
We'll hit a
talk
break.
about, I guess, our friends with Visit Lauderdale and
Nice.
See
you
how
know-
that goes down first before you visit anybody.
People want you to
all right,
eat
there
so
you go.
bad.
I like when he gets going. It's beautiful, man. You remember when in the cartoons when they what was
the
it?
corn.
They used to eat the corn there,
Yeah.
and it was like a typewriter. Yeah, that's Mayo with a wing. Unbelievable. All right, what do you think of that? Now this is not.
See,
Oh,
at
look,
least I used the celery and I tried to distribute
Dipping
it.
a finger
He
right
puts
in the
his
sauce.
finger
Yeah, yeah.
right in.
I had to get a little
guess
extra
you can have the
lemon.
Well,
rest
you
of
didn't
these,
use
yeah,
the
yeah.
celery. That's what I did.
My mouth is so full.
I
I mean,
Come
do you need to know like dining etiquette to be a food critic,
You would
or
think.
like you just eat with your hands in fancy restaurants?
I like how he said that if you just when you go there, you have to really get into the food. That's why he didn't take a bite or two. He had to eat the whole thing fine. But I find it hard to believe that he was sitting there in the middle of these nice places, shoveling food down his freaking
Yeah,
mouth.
yeah, like
You hear
hovered,
that
hovered
crunch?
over the plate.
The crunch on this is absolutely
It's really
terrific.
great. Yeah, it's really
Um,
great, and it's not dry. 'cause
Very
a lot of
subtle.
time it'll be
It's a
dry.
very subtle lemon pepper butter. I would say maybe could use a little
bit
more
more.
sauce on the side.
Yeah.
But I know that they were taking these. They don't want us dripping.
These
all
are
over.
like sample
These
things
are for
too.
us,
They
yeah.
brought
Oh,
out
they
here
want it to
on
look
a-
good.
on a
But
fly.
no, again, the quality of this, you should see this drumstick. It's huge.
Yeah.
Good
And,
size, yeah, no question.
and very, very good. I mean,
You have to try a rib before we get to this.
You want me to
Lauderdale.
rip on
that
air?
Neil
rib is
thing.
going to be a massacre. Very saucy.
Come on,
And, food is subjective. I prefer actually a dry rub rib, but I'm not
Listen,
going
I
to
like
complain
a
about
sauce
this.
rib.
'cause
those
this-
look great, man.
They
I
look
like a
great.
sauce rib.
Been calling my name since they put them
They're
out.
calling my name.
Yeah.
We're at Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach, right on the, just south of, where are we? South of Sterling and
Yes.
north of Sheridan.
Yep.
Right in the heart of beautiful Dania Beach, my hometown. And of course, the original Shenanigans is right across from TY Park on Sheridan and Park Road. They've been there 30 years. You should go on there because they have all the great classic foods for your football and sports watching needs. Pat Utter and crew, they do a terrific job.
It's a good
And-
vibe in there too when the sporting events are on, especially
I
like
like
the
when they get a
Dolphins.
lunch crowd at
Great
a
place.
sports
They
bar.
get a
Like, that's
lunch
impressive.
crowd here. They get a dinner crowd. They get a big event crowd. And it's one of those places that I'm happy that it's in stumbling distance from my home, because sometimes I just come in here and
This is
Stumble.
perfect for
some
you.
games.
This has, it shouldn't even be called Shenanigans. Others should consider calling it Mayo's. Your name is all over this place.
So,
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, no, it's great. And then what also is great is Visit Lauderdale, and usually that's our Thursday vibe, and we're going to be starting that up again next month with Nikki Mohan, we hope, and it'll be ongoing all month. This month is
Nikki demanded a trade.
now she's on a cruise.
She's on a cruise now. We're
She's
leaving her
looking for a
alone.
contract
She's on a
extension.
cruise.
We
She's
are,
busting
that's
her
for
ass.
sure. Yeah.
She's on a cruise, and she'll make it back. And then we're going to sort out the next season of Everyone Under the Sun, Every Dish Under the Sun
That was a good
segments,
series. I
which
like
is a lot of fun. We did 16 of them, hard to believe,
Wow.
from May through August,
Yeah, it was
and doing a little hiatus now in September. But September, there is no hiatus for Visit Lauderdale, because they are running the Dine Out Lauderdale promotion, and that's a great thing. More than 50 restaurants participating in the greater Fort Lauderdale area, where you get these great 3- and 4-course meals at these upscale restaurants that maybe normally you wouldn't want to go in, or maybe it's a little too frou-frou or a little too expensive. But now there's no excuse.
Yep.
For 35 or 45 bucks, you get these 3-course dinners, appetizer, entree, dessert at some spectacular places like Evelyn's at the new Four Seasons Resort on the Fort Lauderdale beach, which I was blown away when I went in there. I went with Dickstein. Dickstein brought me down there, and it was beautiful. Also, Dune on the beach has the great Dine Out Lauderdale deals. You could look at all the different deals out there, and there's one restaurants are participating all over the county. So check it out at visitlauderdale.com/deals to find the Dine Out Lauderdale meal. That chicken wing got to the best of me. Go to visitlauderdale.com/deals to find the great Dine Out Lauderdale deal near you. And
Well, I
That's
mean,
it.
I just was glancing at the screen here in front of us, which they do
Which
have a
one? There's like
marvelous
80.
layout.
we're surrounded.
And this is from the It's All About the Kids theory about college football. Dabo Sweeney just
How's the
signing
deal?
a 10-year, $115 million contract extension. Now, you would think maybe he'd think, well, I got 115 over 10 years, 11 million a year. Maybe I could dole out 8 million to the kids and live on 3. But that's not the way it works.
No,
no.
that's not the
So somebody's got to get the
I
bulk
do
of the
want to
cash.
talk about football, college, pro, commerce, contracts, and how that impacts restaurants and the price of chicken wings. It's more than just the price of the chicken wings
and paying
themselves.
for the package, too. To have it on
This
there.
is what we're going to discuss after the break.
Oh, yeah,
on
you
the
got a
Lunchbox.
topic? All right,
Yeah.
beautiful. Mike Mayo's Lunchbox.
Come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans. For 30 years, they've been doing a great job. The original location, West Side, 3303 Sheridan Street, just across from TY Park in Hollywood. Then there's the East Side location, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. You go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the blackened grilled wings, and of course, the kitchens are open late in both locations. Go there. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. From our friends at Visit Lauderdale and Lauder Deals, don't miss Dine Out Lauderdale during August and September in Greater Fort Lauderdale. Dozens of top restaurants are offering amazing 3- and 4-course meals starting at just $35. See all the Dine Out Lauderdale menus from more than 50 participating restaurants online at visitlauderdale.com/deals. More taste sensations are being added daily, so plan your culinary adventure to Greater Fort Lauderdale and get your taste of the good life for less. Dig in now at visitlauderdale.com/deals.
All right, we're back here on a special Thursday remote edition of the Lunchbox from Shenanigans East Side Sports Pub. we're getting ready for the start of King football. It should be a national holiday. Super Bowl Sunday, actually, the Monday after Super Bowl Sunday should be a national holiday because everybody takes a day off. They're all hungover and
Has that
watching the game.
been declared official?
Because we don't. We work every Monday.
Bipartisan politics
For us, it
finally
is.
kicked in, yeah.
No, here we are. And again, tonight's kickoff game coming to you live from Los Angeles, California, SoFi Stadium. The Los Angeles Rams, defending Super Bowl champions, against the upstart Buffalo Bills.
Sounds like Musburger.
A team
Yeah.
that
We
is
look live.
trying to win its first ever Super Bowl title. They've been there 4 times in a row, and they lost 4 times in a row. I happen to be at all 4 of those
Where
Super
you
Bowls
really?
covering
Oh,
them.
wow, that's
yeah.
impressive.
And poor Marv Levy. I mean, what a talented team, and to have heartbreak year after year. But now the Bills are back. They are rebuilt. They are favored to win not just the AFC East, but the whole AFC.
Yeah.
We're talking sports here. But what I wanted to get into is, football keeps growing, and now it's on Thursday nights, Sunday nights, Monday nights. They have Saturday games in December, and there's new packages and new TV deals. So Thursday night tonight, because it's the first game of the whole season, NBC, the big network, is showing it. But starting from here on in, every Thursday night after this, I think, with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 others, is going to be exclusively on Amazon Prime, which I don't know if you have Amazon Prime.
I do, so I'm not too
Baby
concerned
Mama
about it.
Michelle has Amazon
Yeah.
Prime. I think I'm one of the 50 people in America that does not have Amazon Prime.
You have nothing on your system. It's great that you stick with it
I have
because
TVG,
you
which
get
is
like
now.
Gilligan's Island, some reruns of Hogan's Heroes.
Now that, you have me
and,
confused with Dave Gurgle's Gurgly. I
Yeah.
love the Rockford Files reference. That was
right,
funny.
Yeah.
I get TVG, or now known as FanDuel.com.
Well, then what else do you need?
And I get I get ESPN. I get some of the Fox Sports channels. I don't get Channel 7. I don't get the original Fox because my provider is Dish Network. Every time I've tried to change to another provider,
They're
like,
always in a fight, though, with somebody.
well, yeah,
over
they were
rights.
in a fight with Fox. I
Yeah.
haven't gotten Channel 7 in 3 years.
Oh, jeez.
So it means I can't get any of the NFC games on a Sunday.
Oh, geez.
So
You
when
can't
the-
get Fox even for football. Oh,
No,
my
so
God.
when the
Are you
Dolphins
kidding me?
are on Fox on some Sundays, I have to come down here and watch the game, which is not a
It's not
terrible
the worst
thing.
thing.
Have
It's
a
a good
couple of
excuse to
ribs.
get out of the house. But now some people are going to be in that similar predicament. And again, whatever the local Fox affiliates, they get into these debates or disputes with these carriers because they want to charge a certain amount each month. And a lot of that cost is driven by these big sports contracts. And now Amazon Prime is going to be carrying these games. And for bars and restaurants, people might not realize this, but they have to get these packages through DirecTV. Through DirecTV, bars and restaurants can get the Amazon Prime Thursday night game, but it's costing them a lot of money.
I guess I thought they were working out special deals.
Yeah, you know what's weird? I never understood this because, and it was real big going back, say, 15 years ago, and all of this stuff really started to blossom. Maybe a little further back with sports bars and carrying the NFL package and having all the games on, and especially the local games. But when the local game was blacked out, and/or there was any kind of infringement, or the people weren't paying for the package, but they were showing it. How did they narc out all of these bars? I mean, how did
The NFL.
the FBI doesn't have enough people to staff, but the NFL still ratted out every bar and fined them.
because
I was
the
doing this.
NFL is bigger than the U.S. Steel and the IRS. All those IRS agents that
We're bigger
got
than U.S.
fired
Steel.
or
Yeah.
left
Yeah.
got hired by the NFL. This is going back 30 years when I was
How
covering
did
the
they
league.
keep track of this?
Because back when there was a blackout rule, then they've gotten rid of the blackout rule because they know
Yeah.
their bread and butter is people watching
watch
games
the
at home.
games. Yeah.
But back in the day when local teams, if they didn't sell out their home stadium, it would be blacked out on TV in the given region. The NFL would send around spies, basically, and they hired a whole army of local people in every
Geraldo would
city.
be following these guys. It was like the biggest bust that had been made since
And
Yeah,
if
the
they,
Cocaine Cowboys were
if they
here.
found that a bar such as this was pirating in a signal and showing a game that was supposed to be blacked
Oh,
out,
yeah, they shut them
they
down.
faced fines up to like $25,000. Now those days are over. What they do now is make the bars pay on the front end,
Yeah.
and that $25,000 instead of being a fine, it's like the upfront fee to carry a Thursday night package for the whole year. Now for places like this, it's a cost of doing business. You got to get the games
You
on.
need
I
to
think
have
it's going to work out, though, because
No.
I think enough people don't have Amazon at home that are now going to start. And it used to be a great thing about Monday Night Football when it first came out. You were planning with all your friends, hey, where are we going to watch Monday Night Football?
Right.
And
It was
you
a
now have a
thing,
group
an
of 20,
event. Yeah.
30 people watching a game. And I think maybe a little bit of it is going to come back, a little bit of that. I think it did when sports books, started blossoming all over the country. Because I remember being in Atlantic City when they just got their sports book, and I thought, wow, that's great. Here's a bunch of guys from New Jersey. They all got together. They put a little action on the game. They're having some drinks. They got buckets of beer, and they're having a good time watching a football game out instead of just, hibernating in the corner of the house.
I'm all for socialization and getting together and watching the game and supporting local businesses. My point is this, is that people, when they see somebody get a contract of $250 million, who was the quarterback that got the big contract?
Well, they all did.
They all
Aaron Rodgers got a huge one.
Yeah.
Brian Hoyer got $250, I think,
and when you
from
see,
the Patriots to be a backup.
Scrub offensive linemen making $7 million a year.
Yeah.
Again, this is people could shrug it off and say, well, I'm not a football fan. I don't pay for the season tickets. I don't go to these games. Whatever they can get, fine. But what you don't realize is because all this money and the contracts are fueled by, and the value of franchises, $4 billion for the Denver Broncos, they're fueled by these outrageous TV packages.
Yep.
And all of us end up paying for these TV packages, even if we don't have Amazon Prime at home. If you just go to a sports bar, not even during the game, but all during the week, the way they have to defray the cost of paying for all this sports that they're allowed to show, it's not just the price of the chicken that's driving the price of the chicken wings up or labor. It's the price of the ancillary stuff that,
Call Goodell. Get him on the phone here. I'm tired of paying for this stuff. I'm not going to watch a single second of NFL football.
It's Johnny Lunchbucket that all of a sudden is shouldering the burden of, these, basically these wealthy millionaire players and billionaire owners. And you know what? Everybody goes along with it because if you try to get rid of the NFL, people have connections. Because
it's very unusual that I would be as anxious to see this first game as I am tonight. I don't normally get this way. I'm fine with whatever sports are happening at the time. Last night was a wonderful night. If you were a sports fan, you couldn't have asked for any more compelling action.
Am I talking to Tony Segreto here? Look at this.
No, it was great, but
glasses. He loves
very unusual that I would be in this much anticipation of being in front of a screen somewhere and watching this game.
Isn't it?
And it's a good game to start the season.
It is great. I hate to be the kvetcher, but
that's your role on the show.
Sort of
but I just want people to think and realize that when you have this huge cable bill. It's because you have to, and again, a lot of people are cutting the cord and they just get the things they want. So if they're into Hulu and Disney, but again, Disney owns ESPN.
Cord cutting because you need to have 8 different streamers. So
right,
they
you have
ruin
8
the cord
different streamers, and even if you think you're not a sports fan, but if you get Hulu, that comes bundled with ESPN Plus, and ESPN needs all the money for their licensing deals and all that stuff.
Did you used to pirate satellite TV when it first came out?
When it first came out, remember,
it ended up costing me more money to keep refueling the card and getting the thing changed. And it would have been cheaper just to buy the service.
Here's how far I go back. I remember.
But I still felt better about stealing it. That was the weird thing. I felt like O.J. Simpson. Just pirate stuff.
I'm an Eagle Scout, so I never cut corners. I try to do things the right way. But I remember growing up in Brooklyn, the precursor to HBO was something called Wometco Home Theater. Do you remember that?
Yes,
it was like it was on a UHF channel, like 64 up in the New York area.
It was on TV.
It was actually on TV,
yeah.
And then that morphed into what became HBO, and then you needed the special decoder box. And out in Brooklyn, like we were in the 18th century, Manhattan had cable. They had cable vision.
Sure.
There was no such thing as cable in the outer boroughs. So we all had to I don't know what we did. We just
what was great was you would have your wiring going into your neighbor's house who was attached to the thing, and he would be using some kind of electronic spreader, and it would be going to the whole building then. And everybody kind of chipped in and paid for the one guy, but nobody was doing it on the level back then. That was the thing. But I do remember that experience. I thought I was really beating the system here because I got the box from a friend of mine.
Love the black box.
It seemed like every 2 days they were zapping the car.
Yep.
And it was always right in the middle of the climactic, most important piece of action that was going to take place.
They knew what they were doing,
during a game. And then you'd have to go through the whole process again. I realized I was spending like $300 a month on the card, and it was only $200 a month for the service.
And now it's like now we're going on the Wayback Machine Throwback Thursday. Remember when you had to get up and actually change the clicker and the dial before the remote controls, and there was
put on Channel 4.
And again, I grew up in New York, so it was like the Jets were on the whatever it was, the NBC affiliate, and the Giants were on the CBS affiliate. And
Wait, were you watching a Heidi game when it went off the air? That was great.
I was, I think, at that point only 2.5 years old, so
yeah.
I missed that one.
I was a Giant fan, and a Giant fan of the Jets there, and they're playing the Raiders. Looks like they have the game in the bag, and then all of a sudden you got Heidi coming on at 7:00,
and that was like the one year the Jets were good.
Yeah, they were good, and they ended up losing the game. But I mean, you're watching and you're stunned. I was like, what? They took this off, and there was no recourse. I don't know how flooded the switchboard was. I guess it was NBC was carrying the game, but it was ugly.
So we're going down memory lane, talking football, eating food.
It's inspired by the advent of the season.
I love football season, and now we've got pennant races. We've got the Yankees and Mets involved. Marlins, not so much.
No.
Well, why would you even mention the Marlins on a show like this? It's a quality show. Everything's going great,
and
then you got to throw that stinker.
And before you know it, Defo, it's going to be football, basketball, and hockey season again, and we could.
And then the wagers come into play.
Wagers, even though you're scared to bet.
Are you going to take the plus 450 that the Panthers missed the playoffs?
I'm not talking about gambling with you because you are a coward that refuses to put your money where your mouth is.
I have enough action.
This
I don't
morning
need
you
this,
say the
minor action
Rams.
with you. Yeah.
Then I say I'll take the Bills, and you don't want any part of it. So
I don't have any luck with the Bills. Is my problem.
Okay,
I mean, whenever I bet with them, I had a standing bet with this guy that I don't like to mention his name because I don't really care for the person anymore. He turned out to be,
not
so
so
unscrupulous. He was in sales.
I don't have any luck with the Bills anymore either. Anytime I have any kind of dollar bills in my pocket, they seem to just go right out the window.
Well, just leave that for the server here. He's been
absolutely.
fantastic. I mean, we haven't even touched the score on the comp.
No, they brought us some silver so I could get into the ribs, although I know
you have to at least eat a rib before we
if
get
I
to the
actually
next
picked up
segment
this rack and started gnawing on it, I'd never hear the end of it from you guys, right?
Well, you shouldn't either. I mean,
Even though
you could peel a couple of those off there, and the meat falls off the bone, as they say.
Yes,
which is great. And the other thing they're known here for, which is fantastic, is the seafood dishes and sandwiches are phenomenal.
Oh,
here
the fish
at Shenanigans.
Man, Patrick, he is proud to know a lot of the local fishers. They come in fresh off. They get in the mahi and other
guy
fish.
Comes in with a rod and a rack of fish, man. And then next thing you know, they're on the grill. It's
right off the
like
boat.
you're in the islands.
never frozen. Again, it's right up here on the wall. It says "Friends don't let friends eat frozen fish." And the sandwiches they have here. A lot of times they have sandwiches. Platters that you can have with a little side dish if you're trying to go keto friendly. Hold the bun. But yeah, terrific fish. Everything here at Shenanigans is
you
just
go open
wonderful.
face on that. Open face.
Yeah. Remove the bun. Have a little coleslaw on the side.
You open your face and you eat the whole thing.
That's all good. Hey, so I wanted to ridicule one more thing. Ask you a question.
Yeah.
Not ridicule.
All right.
Which do you think makes for more riveting broadcasting? An interview with a football head coach or me doing a calorie count recap?
Oh, God, yeah.
Well, I mean, at least, if you're not, going into a coma while the head coach is doing coach speak.
Props to Lubie because on your morning show you had Mike Lavelle as the
he
head
doesn't
coach
say
at
much.
FSU.
I mean, he's not telling you.
I learned absolutely
You learn
nothing.
He's gonna tell you
But what I learned is, and I wanted to kind of give you a ribbon.
You get a feeling for the guy.
Obviously, when you have a head coach on and you're appreciative of him spending time with your show, you got to save the kind of the hard-hitting question for last.
You have to soap the hard-hitting question.
Not just you'd put on the kid gloves.
No, this is
and
baby
soak
oil.
them in baby oil.
But he asked
with
it.
some
But I
aromatherapy.
didn't ask him about
He
it.
asked it.
You asked him in the most backhanded way, and we're talking about the lateral play that was
the stupidest
completely
play.
The dumbest freaking
Right.
call.
But
in
look,
the
he's
history
come
of
out and
football.
said he wouldn't call it again. It was a bad call. So that's my thing.
No,
Once a guy owns it,
He did his
why
mea
skew
culpa.
her own?
Plus, he won
him
the
over
game,
it?
so you don't really want to be
He won
too
the
hard,
game, but he did give that. Oh well, if the play worked, everybody would have said it was. No,
No, if the play
This
worked,
is-
everybody
no, it
would
was
have
a
said
bad
you're a
call.
dumb idiot.
I mean, why take that risk?
It was
That
a bad call.
risk-reward ratio is just completely stupid.
It was a bad call.
It's
and-
easier, though, when you're a newspaper writer and you're going to throw an anonymous question from the gallery there at
Right,
a press conference
right.
to the guy.
And you don't need to talk to him.
But
again.
the guy is gracious enough
No,
through
you
the
wanna-
whole athletic department to come on your show at 7 in the morning.
I understand this. This is
2
all
days
about
after one of the most thrilling
you
games
want to
in
keep
college
the
football
relationship
history.
going.
Yeah, right.
And if I'd asked the question, because I'm a typical wise ass, I would have said, "Hey, so you've been practicing those laterals this week in practice?"
And that would have been the last time you had a guy on a show. Which if that's what you were hoping to accomplish, to have a show with no guests.
No, and I'm just
No, but they're look,
he's getting defensive.
No, I'm not, because I understand that game, because I did a zillion coaches shows
I know.
with coaches where they
You want to bring it up.
they would lose like 35 to
Yeah, you
3.
wanna
There
bring it
was
up.
nothing positive. We were going to have the athletic director, Paul Dion, to talk about the can drive. And I'm thinking my ratings are going to plummet to sub-zero if I continue this. But what are you going to say? Hey,
No, there's
coach,
nothing you can do. You're
geez,
in
that
that.
was an awful performance by your team. I mean, we all know it, right?
Right.
My
So-
thing is, I think you have to at least bring it up. Defo and I've talked about this. I don't think you have to be, breaking news guy. You're not going to get anything out of him.
No, I know.
So
I
why
know.
be a
And
jerk
I'm just
about
doing
it,
some
like,
gentle ribbing, and it's just
The
I
way to
understand.
phrase the question would have been, why would you ever
Why would you call
an
that play? Why would
asinine
you call
play
that
like that
Yeah.
when you had 8 million ways to clinch the game and only one way to lose?
That was the only way. That and interception.
I would have done my Columbo. I would have said, just one more thing.
Yes,
Did you take the stupid pills before you called that play?
Exactly.
Listen, lady, that hat that you were wearing, were you wearing that Tuesday when you went to the grocery store?
Man,
Yeah, exactly.
we're having fun talking football and food
It's great,
here.
man, with this football
Shenanigans.
food. You really hit it on the
Let's,
head here.
Yeah, let's take one more
Tropical
break.
Acres.
Oh,
man.
well,
Let's
we'll say
talk about a great
a
spot.
few kind words about Tropical Acres. Again, it's a place. They have some TVs up in the bar area. If
Watch a
ever
game there.
you
Yeah.
could watch a game, but this time of year, it's when you cash in on those big tickets. Now
Yep,
that betting
that's
is
your big-
becoming legal in certain
Nice meal.
places.
It's kind of weird though when you're there for the early bird and you catch an afternoon game,
Yep.
and then you hear some guy at the bar, yeah, and then an assortment of obscenities follows. As he ends up losing a 2.5 point spread.
Sometimes you hear that at the bar at
Yeah.
Tropical Acres, and we love Tropical Acres because old school, classic, great steakhouse. They also have the Twin Lobster specials ongoing for a few more weeks, where you get the 2 main lobsters live steamed with a salad and side dish for $35 Monday through Friday. And they have half price wine on Monday and Tuesday. They have half price at the bar for happy hour, 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. They have the loyalty punch card, where for every 12 entrees that you purchase, you get the 13th one for free.
Nice.
I've got a Phil punch card. I'm ready to go back to Tropical Acres, 2500 Griffin Road. The Studio Alley family, they take great care of everybody, whether it's your first visit or you're a regular that comes every other week. We also love the butcher shop there, so you can throw their great steaks, bring them home, throw them on the grill. The butcher shop is open 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day but Sunday. The dining room also open every day but Sunday, starting at 4:30. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
I'm just laughing because we used to make a joke about this. It might be in slightly poor taste, but Hank was the famous Hank Goldberg, who recently
Rest in
passed away.
peace.
A good friend of both of ours, all of ours, to a degree.
Yeah.
And Louie
More
didn't
about
know him as
food.
well, but he was always very cool with us. And he would be knocking just the snot out of somebody all during his show. And then somehow he would have arrangements to have like Bud Selig on as a guest. And, we always used to joke, because then he would just soften everything up. And it would be like, he would say something, if this was, an even more sinister situation, say, so Adolf, you're getting a bad rap with the
Oh,
Jews.
Jesus.
And you couldn't soft sell a question any more than that. But,
Oh, man.
yeah. But,
Well, no,
we try to endear ourselves to the guy. And I will admit, I mean, it was a wimp line of questioning. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah,
Louie
they
has
won.
me,
It's
has
all
me asking
fine. We
about the
understand.
ACC.
Everybody
No, they
understands how the game is played,
Yeah.
and you need to maintain relationships and access, and
There's a
it's
time
fine.
and a place.
And
for
he
stuff,
also understands
Yeah.
that he was stupid and it was
Yeah,
a
he
boneheaded
said
play.
it. That's
So
my
yeah.
thing.
Kind of shrugged
he
that one
owned
off
it.
quickly. Yeah.
He owned it.
Yeah.
So he's
That's
good.
good.
All right, we'll be back to
He
wrap
should have
up.
had some of these wings. He would have
Yeah.
made a better decision. That's for sure.
We'll be back on Lunchbox after this.
For a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 in the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studio Alley family, along with great value, for tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6. The early bird special runs from 4:30 to 5:30, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Hey, it's Mike Mayo here for Costas Greek Eatery and Pizzeria. If you want to take a trip to the Aegean without getting on a plane and no need for a passport, just go up to 1940 Northeast 49th Street in Pompano Beach, just west of Federal Highway, just a little bit north of Sample Road, and you will be transported to Greece along with a New York-style pizzeria. They do it both so well. They got Greek specialties like gyros and souvlaki and the grape leaves and the spinach pie, and also great New York thin, crisp New York-style Greek pizza with pepperoni. Don't miss that one. And of course, spinach and gorgonzola. Costa is a great guy. He'll smash a plate, say Opa, and greet and treat you like family. Go to Costas. It's open every day for lunch and dinner. Tell him the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Pizza? Who doesn't like pizza? Well, my spot for pizza is the Pizza Spot. It's in that little bit hard to find Riverside Park neighborhood of Fort Lauderdale, but it's totally easy to love. It's at 601 Southwest 12th Avenue, New Haven style. A pizza from Wade and Reese. It's a lovely outdoor spot. You could also pick up pies to go at 754-779-7788, 754-779-7788. Again, they're open every day but Monday for lunch and dinner. Some of the best pizza I've ever had. Go to Pizza Spot. They also have subs, salads, and more. Tell them the Gambling Gourmet sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, that's my spot. It's upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you.
All right, we are back here at Shenanigans celebrating the start of NFL season 2022. College football kicked off, and it was a really exciting weekend. You know what? We've only got a minute left, but I'm going to let Defo do the play-by-play. I actually cut off a little piece of this beautiful saucy rack of ribs, which I've never had the ribs here. So here I go. Defo, give me a little play-by-play and play us out.
Mike Mayo, ladies and gentlemen, doing his thing towards the end of the show here for the 88,000 people of Let's Eat South Florida. He does eat, and like we say, he eats like he's going in a chair. That looked like it was right out of the Nathan's hot dog eating contest, too, the way that you slobbered those down. Very tender. What's the review real quick? I don't think we have a whole lot of time there, Michael.
In his hair.
Try not to comb your hair with the barbecue sauce. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a disaster.
That's amazing.
Well, what do you think? What do you think with a mouthful of ribs?
It's got great texture. You can't even listen to me. It's just a
Stop with the texture. How are they? Were they good or bad?
They're good. Thumbs
Oh,
up.
okay.
Saucy, smoky, and delicious.
Why do
Come
food
into
critics always
Shenanigans.
start with texture? For God's sake.
He
Yeah.
always does
What do they
stuff
taste
that no one
like?
cares about.
Yeah.
They taste really good.
All right.
They're perfect for football. I made a mess, and now I just gave myself a little hair gel with
I like it, yeah.
terrific barbecue sauce.
Shenanigans, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable. All right.
We
Are
had
people
a
coming out
blast.
tonight?
What's that? The
Are people
tonight?
coming out tonight?
Oh, yeah,
coming
people
out?
are gonna come
yeah,
out.
okay, good.
I know.
I'll do you head-to-head $25. I'm a chintz better. I don't like betting on games, but I believe in the Rams. I'll do 25 Rams.
I'll go 25
with the
Lubie.
spread.
We'll
Defo on
split it.
25.
So I get my full $50 action.
Yes.
I'm in heaven right
All
now.
right.
I got ribs, I got wings, I got
And
nachos.
you have the Bills
And I've
plus
got
2.5.
the
minus
Bills.
What are we
2.5.
doing? What's the
The
spread?
Bills giving 2.5
2.5
points.
So we're getting 2.5.
You
Yeah.
get 2.5.
Okay.
You're a home dog on
Okay.
a Thursday night.
That's fine. I'll take it.
Defending Super Bowl
Let's
champion.
go,
The
LA.
other one I can't because I agree with you. Stafford's going to throw an interception.
Stafford, we
He's
think
a
will
Stafford.
throw a
I
pick.
believe he
Those-
will
these
also.
Silly
He's
prop
going to
bets.
throw
We're-
an interception.
We're betting on the line. They've got the Rams.
We have action.
I've got the Bills. We'll know what happens tomorrow,
Talk tomorrow.
on another exciting edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Thanks for tuning in, and remember to enjoy every wing, rib, and sandwich.
Stars, picture a great big snake, riding